My name's Dale Little, Rescue American Ministers here in Cesnadilla, Romania, and I've been here ministering to the Gypsy population primarily, or the Roma people, more technical term. And by the way, Gypsy is not necessarily a derogatory term. Some people think it is, but a lot of Gypsies, that's what they call themselves, Gypsies. And the term was originally used because that many of them fled northern India, and they came to Europe through different routes, and some went down through Egypt, and I don't know how long if they stayed there a while and then moved on, or if they just came through Egypt. But when they came up through Spain, primarily, then people were curious as to who they were and where they came from, and they told them that they came from Egypt. And so that's where the term gypsy was originated from, is out of the word Egypt. And so that stuck with them, but they're actually more technically the Roma people. But at any rate, they're very poor, most of them. They have villages here that we call, talk about back home, dirt poor. Well, that's, that's about it. It's a lot of them are squatters on government land, the term we use back home. And so they don't have anything hardly. And but anyway, what's happened is I've been ministering to in these villages. I've found that there's a lot of kids. I've never been really involved in children's ministry that much. I've done a couple of vacation Bible schools, but I've been normally doing prison ministry, homeless ministry, and nursing home ministry. But I found myself ministering a lot to kids since I've been here. And so I've been doing this song, This Little Light of Mine. And I was determined I was going to learn at least one song and then work from there to more in Romanian. And so I've been able to do that with some help and to do this song called This Little Light of Mine. And it's really caught on. I've only found just a few people that have heard it before is familiar with it. And of course, this is kind of my interpretation of it, my way I do it. And so, if you listen, about halfway through, I'm going to take my iPad. That's what I'm using here to record with. I'm going to move it, so bear with me. But I'm going to do the first part of this song in Romanian, and I'll do the last part in English. Mica, Lumina, Mica Lumina, put the Lumina. Mica Lumina, put the Lumina. Lumina, Lumina, Lumina. Orianda Madu, put the Lumina. Orianda Madu, put the Lumina. Orianda Madu, put the Lumina. Jesus made that door, put the Lumina. Jesus made that door, put the Lumina. Jesus made that door, put the Lumina. Lumina, Lumina, Lumina. When I first started looking at this song, it was, like I say, This Little Light of Mine. I kept putting it back because I said, well, that's a kid's song. I was looking for something different, and so finally one day I got to looking at it, and I said, well, I wonder what I can do with it. And I started looking at it, and I began to look at it as, it is a kid's song. It talks about this little light of mine. But in reality, Matthew 5:14-15, it says, Jesus said, you're the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Now, Jesus wasn't trying to tell the people that this little light was just like no bigger than a candle, because he also said right before that, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. And so that was just an illustration. It wasn't meant to say that this is a little light. And this is the reason. John 8:12 says, Jesus spoke unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. The light that we have, if we have a light, then that light is Jesus Christ that lives on the inside of us. It's not just something Jesus put in there. It's himself. And I'll tell you, if you have that light, if you have Jesus Christ, you don't have a little light. You've got a great light. This great light of mine, and I'm gonna let it shine. This great light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This great light of mine, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, and I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus gave it to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave it to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave it to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This great light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This great light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This great light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This great light of mine, it's not a little light, it's a great light. And yeah, that's okay for kids. But I even like to point out to the kids that reality is, if you have Christ, you don't have a little light, you have a great light. Dale Little, Rescue America Ministries.